In our discretionary relationships, we tend towards the similar, and that is a disaster for our capacity to be innovative and to think different. And it's not just that we're narcissistic, we're also lazy. We get to know and we get to like people who are easy to get to know and get to like because they work in the same office, they're on the same hallway, the kids go to the same school, you go to the same health club, you bump into each other, and by the third or fourth time you've discovered that you're kindred spirits or that you really have something in common. But both of these are really superficial sources of similarity. What we need to do is figure out how to get beyond, and it takes an unnatural act because this pressure for similarity comes from our very primitive days back in the savannah where we had to know very quickly, one of us or not one of us, friend or foe, is it going to eat me or will I eat it, right? We have to work at it. We have to work at it, and it's not in our nature. So what do we do here? We start to think about not just how do we reach out to a broader set of people, but how connective our network is, how well our network helps us reach out and beyond to younger people, for example, right? So it's not just on the basis of nationality. One of the things, we tend to mostly hang out with people our age. That creates huge blind spots. We tend to hang out at work mostly with people of our own gender. That also creates problems. There's lots of bases. And what happens is that over time, especially if we're time constrained, our networks start to look like the one over here, which is a tight, cozy circle, which is pleasant because it's cohesive and there's high trust. But guess what? You are vulnerable to change in the outside. When your network is like that, most of the usual suspects you turn to find out what's going on know each other. In network analysis terminology, that's called redundancy. And it's a great word because you are literally redundant. If we remove you, nothing really changes in the flow of information. The question is how to build a network that is more like the principle behind all social media, 6 degrees of separation. The fact that through the contacts that you have, you can reach out and beyond to different social worlds, beyond your company, beyond your industry, beyond your specialty, beyond your narrow, by definition, point of view.